Fantastic. Everything worked. And we're going to go live with the Trust Crash Course. John McKeg here. It takes a moment or two for it to go live, a minute or two literally. So you can skip forward a minute or two basically because I'm just going to be hanging out here. And then we're going to start going through the Trust Crash Course, okay? That's the way YouTube is, so my apologies. That's just the way we go live. But okay, the Trust Crash Course, anyway. What we're going to do is explain about this, trust that you don't get taxed on. So, just hang out a minute. And it's about not paying taxes and not reporting taxes and many other benefits. That's not all that's not all it does. So, hang in there. Oh, okay, we got some connects now. Look, I'm going to do John McKeg here. I'm going to do the Trust Crash Course, all right? This is with libertyaidacademy.org. And as we go through, if you have questions, just type them out, and I'll respond to them, and we'll go through them, okay? Because the Trust Crash Course isn't that long, and sometimes the questions are very relevant. So I'm glad you all made it, and we'll go through the Trust Crash Course. So it's really, we have a school online, Liberty Aid Academy, and you go there, you take this course, and then you know how to do this. You get your trusts open. It's fantastic, okay? So what are we talking about? Yeah, it's, oh boy, I lost that little window there. Let's hope I don't mess this up. That is it. All right, sorry about that. It's just a software I'm working with, my apologies. Anyway, so it's a tax-free trust. And, it's like, oh, can I do that? Yes, it's for any individual or any business. In other words, whatever you're doing right now, financially, you don't need to report taxes and you don't need to pay taxes, and it's completely legal. It's just the super wealthy basically hit it, and they've been doing it forever, and it's totally legal. So this is a trust that I figured out. I wrote it. I got it done the first time in 2016, and posted proof ever since, and there hasn't been one single problem for anyone. So yeah, completely legal. It's like, what are you talking about, completely legal? Yeah, it's just, here I am, an accountant, and I'm, what is an accountant supposed to do? Help reduce the taxes you're paying. Okay, well, wouldn't it be best if that your accountant reduced them to zero? And would it also at the same time, it'd be great if the accountant reduces so you don't even need the accountant? It's just like, okay, then you just don't pay taxes, don't report taxes, and you live your life privately and don't tell anyone anything. Yes. Never pay taxes. Okay, let's go through the IRS tax code. If you have any questions come up or whatever, just type them out, people, please. So, never pay taxes, yay. This is special rules with respect to Section 501c3 organizations. What? Isn't that great? You mean there's special rules to getting a 501c3? Yeah. There's a mandatory exemption. And that mandatory exception. And so there it is, 508, and you go down 50. Okay, this is 508 up here, great. 501C, then you're a C1, and then A. Oh, great. Okay. So who does this refer to? Yeah, churches, you know about that, right? And then it says, conventions. What's a convention? Agreement between two parties. So, and see, there are three parties basically in a trust. There's grantor, trustee, and beneficiary. So any individual can be grantor and trustee, and you don't have to name it the beneficiary. So one individual can run a trust, totally legal, and it is tax-free. Never pay taxes, not ever, never pay taxes. So, yay. And thank you, IRS code, for, writing it out. You see where it says here, the exact wording, churches, comma, integrated auxiliary. See that, how it says, this exceptions right here. See that wording right there, the exactness of it? Guess what? It's right over here too in the never report taxes area. Returns by tax exempt organizations. There's a mandatory exception again. You see what I'm saying? And look, oh, boom, it goes here. And look at the wording. It's the literally word for word. You see what I'm saying? So that's how you know, oh, those relate exactly. No paying taxes, no reporting taxes. Fantastic. So the IRS code's got like it all laid out. So it's like, okay, protect your assets. What does that mean? It means you don't operate your person anymore or an LLC or what have you. You just don't use those corporations anymore. You could use your person for credit. You keep it with good credit, but you don't. No need for a bank account. So you run into two entities now, at least, right? Your person and your trust, or more than one trust if you need it. But it's really simple, okay? You go to the bank and you open up a trust account. What? Yeah. And then so you can put money in there, and let's say, oh, I don't do that money thing. I do crypto. Okay. Go get a Coinbase account in, the name of your trust, or whatever, wherever account. You know what I'm saying? So that's how you do it. No problem. I have those things myself, and so do many of our clients. So, when we say assets, it's like broad. All right, Vance. Hey, Vance is back again. I love your great stories, and all your, you haven't been on here that long. You got us on YouTube Live, and then you got your trust and got it open. I'm so happy you're here, Vance. Anything on your mind, shoot it, man, and I'm here for you. Okay. So what else protects your assets? Like a car, meaning really anything with a title can go in the name of a trust, okay? Car, bus, truck, mobile home, boat, things with a title, okay? You go down to the DMV and you're like, here's my trust. And they go, oh, put in the name of the trust. Yep. And see, your person is this, other business you're running. So it has zero. So it qualifies for all this good stuff. First of all, it doesn't have anything. So only the trust has stuff. And now, the person has nothing. So no tax liability. And, I don't have anything. So you qualify for good stuff. You, meaning your person, that business, qualifies for like an EBT card. I don't have anything. Can I get some money for food? You got Medicaid? You got, what do you got? You see, it's about gaming the system, which is legal to do, and that's what an accountant is supposed to help you do. You see? So protects your assets. What else? Your home, meaning any real estate, anything with a deed can go in the name of this type of trust. And if you follow my instructions, you could get your property taxes exempted forever. If that matters to you, yeah, there's great benefits. And then you quote your business, right? That could basically, you change your bank account or your payment gateway to your trust, and that's it. You never report, you never pay taxes. It doesn't, you see, this trust isn't like, oh, there are rules, and then you get taxed. No. This particular type of corporation or entity or whatever you want to call it, it's structure related as far as its tax benefits. It's not action-based like all other, like an LLC or a nonprofit or what have you. Oh, if you do this, you can get taxed. That's like action-based. The structure exists, but how you get incurred taxes is what you do. Well, that's different with this trust. It's structure related. As soon as you start the trust, you can never do anything that you have to report, ever. And you can never do anything where you have to pay taxes, okay? To the IRS. And you could get out of these other ones too. Like I said, you could apply for property tax exemption. All right. Hampton Dynasty 85. I love this saved. Hey, yeah, morning. Is Georgia one of the states that doesn't allow you to register your trust? Yeah, I don't have all 50 states memorized as far as registration. Plus, what? They change their rules from time to time. I'm not here to do that. I have put up information is okay. Here's the principles of how you do it. It showed exactly how you do it in Florida. And I put up another video. This is how you do it if you're out of state and need to register your trust. In Florida, it's okay to do that. So, I've explained in our business finance course, the need for registration at Secretary of State and all that information. So I don't have the answer to that, Hampton Dynasty. But listen, if anybody needs to know, oh, can I register my trust in my state? Who would you contact? The Secretary of State. In this case, Hampton Dynasty 85. You would contact Secretary of State for Georgia. Okay, you just get in touch with them. I would do it via email because then you get a written response, and they'll probably be like, follow this link, or here's the wording, or things like that. So you could call too, but if you could get an answer via email, it'll probably be most useful. Like for future interactions too, in case they say yes, you're probably gonna, get in touch with this department. Oh, okay, and then there you go. You off you go. So, but if they don't, and I wouldn't take the first no. Okay, if you get a no via email and it hits says whatever, then I would call them. I'd be like, well, how do you do this? And then, I might even write another email if it's not like totally 100% clear. I would just continue until it definitely doesn't work. Okay. Thanks for the answer. Got the Mastery Trust last week. Yeah. Sweet. I'm stoked for you, and I know you are. So check it out that way. And really, these kind of questions, Hampton Dynasty, it's cool to ask me here. Sure, come on. But if you need a complex question answered or something like that, see, simple answers can be asked simply, but the answer may not be simple, you see. And so getting a written response through our email, think about that too. Since you're new, contact at liberty8academy.org. Hey, I got your trust, and this is my question. Or you can get my time too, but getting on here and asking, yes, because it helps other people too. But here's the thing, you can't refer to the answer. You know what I'm saying? Like, I spoke it here. It'll be on video, but, there is a straight up video with an answer to this, two, actually, on the Florida Secretary of State. Yes, I was told many times, Dee Dee, yeah. They're like, no, you can't do it here. It's like, yeah, but can you do it? You know what I mean? Like, they're like, if you're asking about, what do they have that thing in Willy Wonka? Like, I got the golden ticket. Golden ticket, right? If you're standing there with the golden ticket, they're like, no, we don't honor golden tickets anymore. That's the first thing they say. And that's the first thing they said at the Willy Wonka talking about. No, we don't take those anymore here. Nope. That looks counterfeit. So you gotta stick with it. Even say, oh, I'm gonna do it in Florida, like Jack said. You're gonna have to go back and forth with them a bunch of times. They'll be like, well, you need to do this. See, because they have like an application form. You follow me? Well, I go over all this in the video, but they have an application form. So, they don't have anywhere. Like, this is what you put in those boxes in the application form. They don't have that. So, you do your best, and then, they're like, well, you didn't do this box right or whatever. Okay, then it's like, well, how do I do that box? So there's some back and forth definitely with the golden ticket. So just kind of expect that. Expect that with every golden ticket move, like property taxes. They're like, oh, that's why we have such clear-cut training on that, and we're here for you and so on, because the principles are all there, that it should be just easy. They should do it by law, and it should be easy. They do it for everybody else, but we're just not one of them, and they know it. So they don't honor the law as quickly, you know what I mean? So, Taja, 1, 2, 3, just did this. Okay, cool. If you guys just got the trust, way to go. You're super smart, and like the rest of these folks. Stay focused. Concerning access to the student portal, I see that it is time-based, 1 year. Yes. No, we don't offer that anymore. We can't offer. That's not the way schools work. You see what I'm saying? There's no school that's like, once you're in school, we have you to the grave. That's not the way schools work. We have the information and we teach it, you use it in that year, and then the information doesn't go away. You see what I'm saying? You have it, you retain it. If you didn't go to school during your year at school, is that on the school? You see what I'm saying? But, do I need to be the only school on earth that handles every client to the end of time? You know what I mean? No other school does that. Like, no, that's not what we're doing. Yes, 1 year, get your information, and do it. I hear from people who are like, well, I got your stuff, and then I didn't get around to doing it until, it takes, a couple hours to look at videos, pick the name and address of your trust, and go open it up. And from that moment on, no more income taxes, no more reporting to the IRS. How could you not immediately do this? It's just, I can't even explain and express the joy and elation that happens when you're like, I got my debit card, it's real, oh my God. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, let's finish up this slide anyway. Protect yourself. You have a business, right? You could just use a trust instead of whatever entity you're using now, your person, an LLC, a C Corp, S Corp, nonprofit, whatever you are doing, you could use a trust instead, and then it doesn't matter what you do. It's not action-based. It's not about, I did this, so I owe taxes, or now I have to report. No. You can never do that, okay? So wouldn't you like to, anyone could just get this trust, and then this is what happens with your business, okay? Like, your goal is to make money and serve people. That's your goal. But you have to spend a large percentage of your time tucking away money for the IRS and tucking away information for them in their format for taxes, which doesn't help you manage your business. You should be managing your funds and your information and stuff to make your clientele happier, not the IRS happier. Your clientele, your work, your business, like, oh, these people work for me and these are my clients, what have you, that everybody's happy. That should be your focus, and your focus of your money and so on, which that's what it becomes when you have this trust. You see, it's a complete rearrangement of everything. You get all this time and money and energy back, and your focus completely shifts to, now I'm just doing business. You see, it's just wonderful. With the purchase of the Master Trust, yes, stay focused. Yes, 1 year. Yes. For both of the courses that you get the Business Finance 101 too, and you get the trust. So yes, you get a year access to that, and you get 2.5 hours of time that private Zoom consultations that you get to schedule yourself at your convenience, that you have one-on-one with me. And so anytime you're like, I need that time, that we'll just do a Zoom and we'll go through whatever. And that whole year that we got you support, as many emails as you would have sent, we got you, okay? And it's a really good format to get a response in, you could write and get a response. Come here. We got a little doggy that showed up here, and sit down, sit. He's sweet, but he needs a little attention. Sit. Okay. Sorry about that. Stay focused. With the purchase of the Master Trust, you get everything you need to get up and ready and going, and we have basically one advanced class that tells you everything to do with the trust. And that's a mentor program with case studies and just on and on. It's everything. See, we have the training to give you all the information you need within that year, so you never need us again. Like, don't you want that? Like, that's why we like to, have a school, stay focused, get the information, because sometimes people just don't take the time to do this, and it's not much time. It really isn't. So this helps also, we're trying to get people to not pay taxes and improve their lives. So if we're always just kicking it for them, it doesn't have them move forward. So we find this actually helps everyone too. Okay? So, all right. Good, great question. Stay focused. Yeah. Very interesting play on words. You're focused on the stay, huh? Anyway. Okay. So the process of opening your trust is super duper easy. Okay? Like you literally just do the little training we have, sign your document, get the EIN, then you're like, oh, this is easy. Call your bank or email, what have you. Hey, I need an appointment to open a trust account. Or, you can do it online. They have documents, blah, blah, too. But it's easy, okay? And then you go there, or they process it over the internet. I guess you could do it that way now. But I just go, and they open it, and that's it. Hey, it's open. Here's your debit card. You leave, it's like, thanks. We'll mail you a new debit card. Here's your temporary one. That's it. And that's it. From then on, if you just use that trust account for whatever money you have, you never report taxes, you never pay taxes. That's it. We talk a lot about this, this process, but the actual doing of it is super uncomplicated and super simple. Why? The wealthy elite use this method, right? Oh, can we see your taxes, President? Anybody? Oh, well, no, because what? What was that second part? It's like they never have taxes. Why? They don't report. They don't pay taxes, and it's legal. You could do it too. That's the difference, you see? All right. So you're like, wait a minute. You just said no reporting, no paying taxes, and then what? You're automatically, when you start this, right? It's so great. There's no applying, okay, to get 501c3, nonprofit, not paying tax status. There's no application. You see, as soon as you get the EIN for this trust, as that process of click, 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 print, and that's it. That's all you do with the IRS. Click, 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 EIN, print out the EIN. You're done interacting with the IRS forever. Forever. That's the end of it, okay? So what do we have here? This slide is about the automatic 501c3 nonprofit status. Okay. Marvin, hey, all right, Marvin, thanks for dropping in. Marvin got a trust a while ago. Everything's cool. Everything's happy still, always. And he's like, maybe Jack will say something. I'm gonna check it. Oh, it's good to have you here. But I'm going over this automatic 501c3 nonprofit status. Okay, and it's just right here. You got to look for government guidance, right? Like, where is this in actual, total, recent black and white? You know what I'm saying? Like, where is it? And so this is the SBA. This is part of the government, right? And so the SBA was like, I'm gonna. Oh, I can't switch. That's right. It's frequently asked questions, FAQ of faith-based organizations. It's like, hey, regarding participation of faith-based organizations in the Paycheck Protection Program, PPP, and the EIDL loan, how will churches qualify if they've not been informed of their tax-exempt status by the IRS? Do organizations have to request and receive tax-exempt status, or just meet the requirements of 501c3 status to be eligible? That's quite a lot to write down. Wait a second. Do you have to apply, or can you be tax exempt? And here we go into the wording, right? Churches, and they had it a couple blah blah in parentheses. But then we have the exact word for word, integrated auxiliary churches and conventions. Like, exactly, this is exactly right for EIDL and PPP. Yeah, you could do that. Such organizations are not required to apply to the IRS to receive tax exempt status. See 508c1a. You see, remember 508c1a? That's where we were. Like this one, 508 C1A. See, that's what they're talking about. You see, the government is giving guidance. That's how it works. Question. Okay. Marie Roviello. I probably got that. Rovia. My bad. You got to help me with that sometime. But I did my best. Anyway, question. I'd like to know if you're able to assist with personal federal back taxes greater than 50K. More than 3 years old. Oh, yeah. Oh, this is so... I love this question. First of all, that's a small amount. And people come to me with millions of back taxes. Ha! The second you open the trust and you follow my instructions, who goes away? The IRS. Even if it's millions in a current active lawsuit. Like that in a week. I'm serious. Also, let's do the first one. Yeah, see what happens is you open a trust, everything, you're going to use that from now on. You're not going to use your person anymore, right? You're running two businesses now. You're running your trust, oh, okay, and you're running your person. But your person, you don't have a bank account for it. You don't need to. You see, you're operating the trust is set. So no bank account, no revenue stream, no assets, no expenses, no nothing. Just great credit cards and great credit, okay? And an EBT card, get like Snap or something. Oh, I'm poor. The person has nothing. You call the person, that business, I, me, my, okay? I want some money for it. And so you begin to qualify for all the government agencies. But over here with your trust, that's where all your money is. It's like, well, that's not mine. I'm just trustee. Yeah, it's a game the elite made up and play, right? Own nothing, control everything. They made up the rules to the game. They play the game. They game the system. But guess what? Now you can too, because I found this out and I'm an accountant. I copyrighted this information and I prove I've been doing this since 2016 to all my clients, all the students. Everybody's happy, no problems, you see? So here you are. You got everything in the trust and you're not even using that person anymore. The IRS can get in everybody's bank account and read all the money everywhere. You see, they're just in charge of everything. So they see you open this trust and they're like, oh, there's no more money in your bank account, no nothing for your person because you didn't know the money your person did. You see? And so why would they go forward with anything when you're like, see, because they give the EIN to you. So they know what's up, and they know you know what's up now, and that's the end of their game on you. They have nothing. Why? Just, okay, I don't have any money. So the person, that corporation doesn't have any money. There's no go to jail because you don't pay money in the United States. That's a hoax. If you don't pay money, so there's no going to jail about it. No, can't do that. Nope. Don't work. No debt collector of any kind, including the IRS, which is just a debt collector. You don't go to jail. That's a made-up hoax. And boy, do they market it? Yes, heavily. Yes. But you see what I'm saying? As soon as you open the trust, as soon as you use it, you beat all past taxes. So simply by not operating your person and operating the trust, the IRS just melts into the background. It's like, oh, I have zero. I'm planning to have zero forever. Let's get right down to it, okay? The IRS are thieves only. Why are thieves going to try and steal from someone that has nothing? It's that simple. You see what I'm saying? It's not about right and wrong. The government's never about right and wrong. It's about making up stories to control us and steal from us, right? Steal our time, money, everything. They are thieves. That's all they are. So they're not going to steal, from people that don't have anything. They'll be like, oh, let's steal from someone that has something. That's it, okay? It's a super easy win. Great question. Okay. And now Marie has another question. Also, what if a government agency asks if you have a trust and how much money you have? Yeah, no, you don't have a trust. Nope, you don't. It's not yours. It's not yours. And trustees can change really any time. And as I said, this is a non-reporting entity. It doesn't report who's trustee and all that stuff. Doesn't report. No reporting. They don't ask you. That's not what they do. Why would a government agency ask if you have a trust and so on? Because that would mess up all the super wealthy elites, filling out of those forms. Right? They don't ask about that. Do you own a business or something? No, you don't own a business. You're just trustee in a trust. You own nothing. That's not yours. You're just trustee. So you can always completely legally, honestly, correctly say, no, I have no money. I have zero. Completely zero. Well, how do you live your life? Oh, God provides. Thank God. That's it. It's private trust. It's not, I didn't create it with you. You have no oversight. I don't have to tell you. Try pulling a lawsuit on a private trust. They don't do it. They don't allow it. Why? Because they're private trusts. Well, wealthy elites could go, Trump's trust could then go into court. That's not happening. Every other thing could go into court, but not a trust. Not where the real assets are. They're completely safe all the time. So, I got into a car accident. I have an IRS lien. No, your person does. That's what I just explained. You don't have it. That's why when you do ownership of a vehicle, the trust owns it in the future, and your person is on the registration and has the same insurance. So your person has nothing, becomes a perfect straw man. So if anyone wants any money, it's like, sorry, well, I don't have any money. The person doesn't have any money. Sorry. You can't get blood from a stone. There is no bank account. There is nothing to get. They will get zero forever. Every government agency forever, and every debt collector forever. You're never getting anything because I'm never going to have anything. You see, you won the game. They never get anything. Not ever. Forever. Okay? Forever. No one. Person is driving the car, but the car is in the trust. Yes, exactly. And the trust can't operate, so the trust simply owns it, and the person could be liable, but the person has nothing. Ding! You win! Isn't this fun? Now money is fun, right? Used to be, you could steal my money, you could garnish my everything, you could blah, 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 blah. Now you could do nothing. Government, bankers, everybody. There's nothing to get. They tied this person to an individual. So it's like, oh, that's you. Oh, it is. Is it? Well, I have nothing forever. Sorry. Ding, won the game. You're over the trust? What? You see, that's like the Kennedy, Chappaquiddick incident, right? He drives a car, Ted Kennedy off. And when he was very young, accident, and accidentally killed the young reverse gender whoever in the car with him, and that other family was very upset, and they couldn't get the criminal case to stick, so they tried a civil case against somebody, and they actually won. But it turned out when they went to collect, the Kennedys didn't have any money, so they couldn't get any money from the Kennedys. It was all in trust. Whoops. Yeah, go look it up. It's fun, right? It's fun when they're like, oh, here the evil give us historically interesting and accurate information to help us, kind of like their great tragedy also gave us some great information, so it helped a lot of people. If it actually happened, who knows? But, because nothing ever happens that's on TV or anything. But, the information was present when you track it down, you see? Okay. So what's different about us? How is this school different? This school is different than every other school on earth, every other lawyer, every other accountant, every single one of them. What do they not have? They don't have testimonials from which of the school or whatever with a notarized affidavit. None of them have that. And also, they never have a testimonial they did it themselves. You go to a lawyer, accountant, they don't show you their own taxes and stuff like that. They don't. Why not? Like, I'm here to see how you do things. Why don't you have proof? I do that. Mine's all posted, has been since 2016. No problem. All testimonials, all the information. Why? Don't worry. Everything's fine. It's completely legal. I get that they're trying to program us to be like their slaves and like pay taxes. You know, death and taxes makes me wonder if they actually die, right? You know, thank God I will. But, you know, death and taxes. It's like, yeah, really? I've never heard you tell the truth. So that's a whole other thing. Well, it turns out the taxes, no. Okay? So, and what else is different about us? Any of these, oh, don't pay taxes ideas or whatever that are totally not legal and stuff online, they don't have support there for you. It's just like, click, oh, crap, I got screwed. Even, and let me tell you, everybody plagiarizes my work at so many places. And they all take it because they're all evil, right? They're all evil. If they would steal my copyrighted work, they have no support or nothing like that. They have no proof they done it. So many people come to me every week, right? Oh, I went to this one. You know, you seem to charge too much or whatever, whatever there. And I got their stuff and I couldn't get the bank account open. They have no support. They have no one telling you there because they don't know how to do it. They simply stole this stuff. They're like, oh, change this. You know, they're evil. They take out the information so you can make it work. So, yeah, you have to count on someone with proof. You see, that's what's not happening in the world. People aren't gathering proof and evidence. You see, we have the proof and testimonials, and we have the support on the day-to-day. We're right here. We will help you get this bank account open. No problem. It's a piece of cake. We'll help you do it, okay? Marie, if I'm not at fault and there's an IRS lien on me, on the person in the accident, the money will go to the IRS. What money? Your person's not going to have any money, so the IRS is not going to get any money. That's it. Well, does it change when your car is in the trust? Yeah. Anything in the trust has nothing to do with your person. They're two separate business entities. They don't relate. Okay? People are not businesses or corporations. They run them. You see, but they have this mind control like, hey, this is your ID. No, that's you created that. That's a piece of plastic, and I can tell the difference between myself and a piece of plastic. Most of the population cannot, but it's just a simple matter of every business has an all capital letter name, right? Has a name. And all businesses has a 9-digit number, right? Social security number, EIN. And they have some pieces of paper that go with it that you bring to a bank and can operate a business in commerce, okay? There are many different kinds. There are hundreds of trust types, but there's only this one type. You can go down to the bank and never report, never pay taxes with proof. It's the only place. Us. What can you do with this? PPP, EIDL, of course they're quick, but they're going to make up some other stuff. Credit cards, a line of credit, you know. Oh, I just did a good, oh boy. We're going to be doing a fresh mentor program here before too long. Start fresh, start new. Because there's some new money out there. I'm doing things that are fun. People don't like to get my time. I'm the only one with proof that I know all this stuff and done all this stuff, but do people get a lot of my time? Like, come in, like, what are you up to now, Jack? Or what? Tell me. No. They just do what they're doing. But they expect me to put out everything for free. Nobody's like, oh, you got the PPP, EIDL, what are you doing now? No one like gets my time and asks me that. You know what I mean? It's like, they think for a decade, they think, oh my God, he did that. He's done. No. Are you kidding me? I'm going to unlock every secret they have every time they come out with a new secret, money, everything. Why? I got proof I do it every single time. It's not that hard when you know what you're up against and who's doing what. So, Marie, those were great questions. It's a simple matter of opening this trust and emptying your person and just not using it. You see? And then you're like, well, I have nothing. You want to call it me? Sure. I, me, my, the person. But the sole corporation, right? That thing that has different names. The straw man, right? The false allegory, right? The false problem that's solved, right? A man of straw is, anyway, I just did a video about that. Excuse me, you should go watch it. Check out the YouTube channel. We have a lot of information there for free. I really recommend it, Marie. Okay. What's next? What's next? All right. Where can you bank? Where can I use this trust account? Where do I bank? Where you're banking now. That's where I recommend you start. Okay, and then I recommend wherever you are or whatever, I recommend you use a bank that gives like the best credit cards, you know, because this is a business entity, right? So you can get business credit cards for this trust if you follow the instructions in our business finance course, which comes with the Keg Mastery Trust. So it comes with you're like, oh, this is how I set up, you know, the profile for the trust. So it's ready to get a credit card or what have you, ready to have a credit report and a great credit statement and great credit, you know. Best credit cards are over there. So, you know, where you want to bank, yeah, bank where you're banking, but maybe you also think about banking in addition or not, you know, and where can you get best credit? Like who's got the best credit cards out? I mean, Chase. But you can get Amex cards. They don't really have a bank per se, and Capital One, and you know, everyone except for Wells Fargo and Bank of America issues business credit cards to the trust that I've encountered ever at all our clients. So you don't want to be banking with Bank of America or Wells Fargo necessarily. You know, they open bank accounts for the trust, no problem. Really, no problem. But they're not going to issue a credit card. So do you want to be banking there? You know what I mean? If you're in a particular town where they are and stuff, I get it. You know, I've had that happen, and I've banked at Bank of America. Okay, they got a lot of locations or whatever, but now I don't. You know, so okay, so that's where you could bank. All right. So. You know, the Keg Mastery Trust, you get a year membership, yeah, and you get an hour instruction video, all the written information. It comes with a lot. 2 one-on-one advising sessions with me. Comes with a business finance one-on-one course, which is all about the credit and so on, how you start this trust and build credit for it. Why not, you know? Tax-free with credit. So you could get a lot more credit on a business entity, because with a personal credit card, there's one individual tied to it. But with a business one, they don't have that set like that. I teach you how to fill out your applications, fill in the right information. Well, you just tell them what they want to hear. It's just an estimate. Here's the application, you know, 13 employees, every detail, we have that for you, okay? You have to know. And then you build it, and they extend credit. Fabulous, you know? Because listen, what's the best personal credit card in America, right? Chase Sapphire Reserve. And it's $450 annual fee. I think it's going up to $550. That's steep. It's totally worth it. I would get it. You know, everyone should get that credit card eventually, if they can. But what's the best business credit card? You know, and they're starting. I had someone. This is a real world example too. I'll make it, you know, both. See, I had a client who got she had great credit, and she got the Sapphire Reserve. It had a $10,000 starting limit, which is great. That's their starting limit with that Sapphire Reserve. That's as low as you get, 10,000. So she got that, and that's cool. It was like, yes, you know, all the perks and benefits and stuff. But then next, she went and got from Chase, okay, their best business credit card for her trust, okay, the Inc. Preferred, and it has basically pretty much the same perks, but a better perk for business, 3% back on social media, and a multiplier when you turn it in. It's really a great, it's the best online advertising credit card, period, as far as getting money in cash and points back. And its annual fee is $95, I think. You know what I mean? Like, and her starting credit limit for that business credit card for her trust was $45,000 credit limit. See, they gave her $10,000 for her personal one, but $45,000 for her business one. You see, because I was like, this is how you set up a credit profile, blah blah blah. She done all that. So, and a much lower annual fee. You see, there's so many reasons to be operating this trust. All right. Okay. So that's you go there, you get the trust, great. And if you have any more questions or what have you, email us really is the best way, because you get an answer about anything. Plus it's like, oh, well, what about this and what about that? We answered every question, so we usually got a link to watch this video or what have you. Email's really, really good. We have some live chat hours. Some people like that, but I find email being the most useful for people in the long run. Because you get interrupted. Oh crap! Where did that thing go? If you were, do live chat or whatever. But if you got it in your email, you have it. You can refer to it at your convenience and so on. Okay. So stay focused. All right. Will that new and additional info be updated in the student portal, or will it be a separate course? New info. There is, like a new course we're going to do. It's basically what we're going to do is this. We're going to remove the current advanced financial solutions, and we're going to run it from the start, live, basically for a year. We're not there yet. And I'm not going to be, I covered really everything in that, but I want to keep it current, and I wanted to address some things, that are a little bit different about our world now and how to interact with them. All the principles are the same. Everything's actually the same. And for the people that really want all my work, I would get the advanced financial solutions now, and in a couple of months we'll start it again. And you would be great to be in the new one too, because you're going to be asking questions and so on. My goal is to create the lack of need for me. That's my goal. And the school, you don't need the school anymore. You have all the information. You're a total expert. And then whatever area you're doing in your life, this information is the right financial information. You don't need to relearn it or any of that stuff. Once you have the principles, it's in for the rest of your life. There's no, something's going to change. Nope. It's always going to be very basic and very easy, okay? So, but as far as like case studies and questions and stuff, I'm not going to be doing live forever answering questions and stuff like that. So it's very unusual that I did a year of training them and do it again, but I will I do it again? Because I'm covering the same basic information, and there's only so much information on it. I'm not going to waste your time about that course, like the advanced financial stuff. It's nothing like my public videos. It's like, okay, go to this website, click here, like question, answer. We go through every detail. It's not like a public videos where I'm just seeing, here's a point I'm trying to explain. When I'm explaining, that information, I want you to really know it, learn it, have it for forever. So I don't waste any time. So I would get it now if I were you, because it's available. But for anyone just starting, don't get the advanced financial solutions immediately. Get the trust, get it open. Oh my God, it all works. Your debit card works. You go through that stuff, and you're like, oh, I got to know everything about this trust. Then that's when you want to that's when to get the advanced financial solutions. It doesn't take that long to get the trust open and learn the stuff about the credit, because I laid it out really well. But the advanced financial solutions stuff, that's like, it's like I did a long video covering many topics each week, and that's going to take you a while to really, process and really, get it. It's always the same information on the trust, but it's like, okay, how do I use it here? How do I use it there? What do I do in this case? You know, everything in the country, out of the country, just everything. So many great questions over that year. But we want to repeat that, but we're not going to make the previous one available. So it's just so hard. I can't get a payment gateway. I can't get another website. Archiving my past work, you know. If the U.S. is known for one thing and one thing only, what's it known for, right? What's it known for? Censorship. Censorship. That's what it's known for. Nothing else. Nothing else. You know, getting information is difficult, and they basically they keep like, oh, this is how you get out of, you know, what I did for the longest time period, right, was this is the easy legal methods how to get out of debt. Now, what bank's going to give me a payment processor when I'm teaching everyone how to get out of debt? They got wise to me. I can't do that. But this isn't that so far. So you need the information. You know, I advise you to go and get it. You know, it's always going to be legal. It's not that. It's just, you know, they like turn off this, turn off that information. They just make it so you can't be seen. You know, they run and operate cyberspace, everything in it, and they make it so you can be seen or not seen. All right. Hey there. Hell O. Yes, in the O of hell. Okay. Everyone. Yes. So, we went through every slide. No taxes. No reporting of taxes. You get money back. Go look at my ROI video on YouTube. Return on investment in your first year. Not only will you get every penny back that you spent on this course for your first year, plus and this isn't even not paying taxes. I didn't even take that in consideration. But just on this one thing, right? If you get an EBT card, that's almost $3,000 a year. That's more than you paid for the course. So you actually get paid 41% back ROI in your first year of getting this trust, just from the EBT card. That's real money. No one is promising that rate of return out there for any investment, right? Look at this. This is what you get. And then I show all these other returns and so on. Then you get, you know, because this is about not having to pay them in time or money, right? It's an exempt organization. Don't have to tell you, don't have to pay you. That's time and money back. And it qualifies for all these, perks, really. No property taxes, sweet. And et cetera, okay? So, all right, if you haven't got the trust, what are you doing? I don't know, you know. I recommend you get the trust, and then you could do this instead. I'm not saying don't pay the government. I'm saying if you love the government, and flag, you love the government, pay the taxes, blah, 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 pay the government. That's great. What I'm saying is, as an accountant, this is my advice. Operate your whole year, do all your money, business, what have you, and if at the end of the year you want to pay the government, money, pay them, tip them. Just don't make it so you legally have to pay tax. Tip them, you love your government. Oh, hey, I'm tipping you. Here's my tip. Go ahead, that's not illegal. They'll take a tip. You see what I'm saying? You love them. I'm not saying don't pay them. Give them a tip, whatever you think they earned by shutting down the world and everything. You think they earned a tip? Nobody said don't give them a tip. You follow? Read the trick, the trade updates. I will certainly be purchasing the advanced course. I recommend it. I recommend it to say, folks, my goal is to not need me. You see, my goal is you kick their ass legally. And I'm the only one with proof up from, testimonials from clients and myself. This is working. This is like, you get to the end of the rainbow and they can't touch you and they can't touch your money and they can't bother you. How important is that right now? I mean, can you think of anything more important? Sorry, I'm not under your jurisdiction anymore. Is it better? Who gave you that offer to have you mean like a building, a church? We don't have buildings, so is it better to have a trust or a church? It's better to have a trust that is tax exempt regardless of whether it's a church or not. You see what I'm saying? Can you use this trust to make a church? Yes. Can you use this trust to do anything else? Yes. So if you're talking about a church on paper, you mean like a nonprofit where you like, oh, somebody set up a nonprofit through a lawyer, and then we're going through the 4-year process of applying for 501c3 for tax exemption, and I only had to pay the lawyer $10,000. Well, he says now it's $20,000, and the application is like 3 years of financials forward, 3 years financials backwards, and it's like a 25-page application that you need a professional to fill out and everything like that. So now you're 3 years in, and how many thousands into just the application for 501c3? So you mean that kind of church? Because that's, compared to this, only a fool, right? So do you mean a building? Do you mean like, do you have to trade a trust for a church? You know what I mean? Like, not a nonprofit. Churches are exempt automatically. A building is exempt from what? What type of church on paper are you talking about is exempt automatically? What do you mean? Do you mean you started LLC and it's a church and it's exempt automatically? You're mistaken, my friend. You're mistaken. You mean a building that's called a church is exempt from what? If you mean property taxes, no, there's an application you have to go through at the county, and you have to have an entity that is a 501c3 that they, allow nonprofit status to, and then they remove the property taxes. So no, a church is not automatically tax exempt from property taxes, and no, I just pointed out it's not automatically exempt from income taxes. So no on this. But a trust, only this trust, is not taxable, not reportable, and yes, you can make a church, of course. Okay? Are you allowed to ask for a minimum donation while you are giving stuff for a donation? Sure. Yeah, you could if you want to. Yeah, absolutely. Sure. Awaken. Hi, so can you touch on the members of the trust? Could be family, friends, doesn't matter. Can it be anyone? It can be anyone, yes. It can be anyone. Absolutely anyone. Members of the trust can be anyone, except a beneficiary could be any age. A grantor or a trustee can only be 18 or older. Those are the only limitations as far as whom. Okay? That's it. Not a building, but you answer my question. Cool. Trust is a better choice than a taxable entity, which is really, this is the only way to not pay or report taxes immediately and be automatically tax exempt. A church, quote, isn't. You see, you have to have the paperwork to prove that you are that church in the IRS code. And this has the proof. And I have the proof posted that it works for me and clients, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, Awaken, yeah. This thing is so simple. Like, I remember the first time I figured it out, I had my EIN. I'm like, I thought about it for almost 2 months. No one had done it before, ever, not ever. And I went into the bank and I opened it, But I thought about it for, I don't want to say 2 months, but good 30 days, put it that way. No one had done it. There's no proof, nothing. I went all on this information. And I went in and I got that proof and I opened it up. So that was no proof of anyone else doing anything. Just, the words in God we trust and that whole rabbit hole that went down of proof. So I didn't have all this proof. I had, I'm a trained accountant, a good auditor, and I got an MBA and a lot of years of business. So I was able to figure it out, but I didn't have all this proof like we have, Does a trust need to be registered? No, no. There's one reason and one reason only to register a trust as Secretary of State. One reason only. There is no other reason, okay? That's if you want to build credit for a trust. That's the only reason. There is no other reason. Because you fill out an application to get a credit card or whatever, and you put a name and address to your trust, and what are they going to do? Like every business, right, that wants credit, they go, the creditor, right, Chase, I want a Chase credit card. Chase, part of the loop of determining whether they give credit, is looking at the Secretary of State where you gave that address. Such and such address, Florida. Oh, well, let me go to the Florida Secretary of State. Is that trust there? There it is, okay. That's just a step in their application process, their approval process, so that they could, have recourse, right, against the agent of the trust. You have an address and stuff. We know where you are, okay. That's required of the lender. I'm saying by the lender. You see, so yeah. But to get donations, no. To operate, to be a business, to do everything, no. No registering, no paperwork, no. That's like reporting. You see what I'm saying? There's no reporting to any business, anyone. That's it. You got a bank account. You do whatever you want. The information is private. Okay? That's it. Yes, you collect donations. Yes. GJB Thunder. What course do I need for the assistance with EBT and EIDL? You need the Keg Mastery Trust. That's it. You get your trust open, you can get an EBT. That's it. EIDL is over, but the course that teaches you how to get that money, I don't know, is it still open? I don't know. The course that teaches you how to get that money, it comes with the trust, okay? Business Finance 1, it comes with it, all right? So how you get any credit, we teach you. You follow me? Not just EIDL or PPP or whatever. The next thing that doesn't have a name yet, We're fighting over infrastructure, blah, 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 all that. Whatever the next thing is, you follow me? And whatever the current things are, credit cards, all that stuff, you see? That information is a consistent information. You follow me? It's how you build your credit profile for the trust. It remains consistent, whether it's EIDL, PPP, government, banks, it's all the same information. You have the same exact credit profile. It's just doing it correctly so you get approval. You see what I'm saying? That's the thing. All right. My IOU. Explain why there is a discount for EBT but not for a person living on SSDI. We haven't thought of that, honestly, and so you could email us about that. Contact at liberty8academy.org. That's a good point. We just tried to, give a discount for people where we could easily, get the information of their proof without prying into their information very much. If that makes sense. This is a private trust, so we are like, private about I'm not, right? I'm not private about my information. I'm the front guy for this. It's all my copyrighted stuff, I'm like, here's the proof. But that's not what we're doing for our clients, our students, you follow me? Like, we don't want your information. We don't want you to have to give it to us, but just an ID like we do ex-military, I think, and for SNAP, like you say, the EBT. But we didn't think of that. If you're, email us. Our team is here to help with things like that, and you have a good point. It's just, I guess when we discussed it, we thought it might be like prying, but you're like, what? I want the discount. Yeah, email us. So happy to help, really email us with everything. Any question, anything, really. We are here to help you. You see, we only do this for your success. We're so happy we get to live this way without the, the government prying into our information and all this stuff, and all those worries melt away. And they can mess with my buddy, all that, it all goes away. So, that's why we do this, for the testimonial, the success, your success. Okay. All right, that's our trust crash course here. We crashed it on everything. We got every question. Anything else? Last final questions. We're gonna jump off. This is gonna be on YouTube automatically. If you missed, part of it, then jump on and watch the other part when it gets automatically uploaded after we're done here. There's a trust workshop, which is like an extended version of this. We're gonna do on Zoom at 5 o'clock. It's a free course on liberty8academy.org. Go to our courses and get into our free course. It's every Monday at 5. It's basically what we talked about here, but it's private, okay? It's going to be filmed, recorded, I should say, and put up as a public video. But if you want to be able to speak and whatever, like a Zoom, it's a way to do it for free. It's just this information from me, but a little bit more information, but you probably don't need more information, but oh yes, you could build a real estate empire with this. This is the only way really to do it from scratch if you're not one of them. This is the only method. Yes. How would you do not paying property taxes? Would you improve? Would that be, if you're into real estate, the goal is I get real estate, I make it worth more money, I make money. That's what they generally call developing real estate, right? I made it worth more money by your development of some sort. Reducing the property taxes to zero is a way to do development on paper. Yay! So yeah. So what is a real estate empire? What are the greatest real estate empires? Let's go with the public ones first, okay? Because that's only the ones we have information on, okay? The private ones, you actually can't get information. Why? Because they're using this type of trust as private, right? Like the Trump, he's got a trust. Of course, he's using this kind of trust. But there are other public trusts for real estate, right? And they are publicly traded, and they're the largest business entities on earth, some of them. Why? Because they hold real estate, which has a really high value. They're called Real Estate Investment Trust, or a REIT. And so what if you had a REIT, which this trust could be, which didn't pay property taxes? What would you do? Kick ass on every other REIT that exists on the public market. You would beat them all. So by definition, this would be the only way to build a real estate empire, really. That, is possible to do legally without selling your soul. You know what I'm saying? The way they all done it. But yes, good question. Oh yeah. Things that are in the advanced information. Advanced Financial Solutions course. Oh yes, we get into some stuff in there. My IOU. Good question. But yeah, I got answers to all your questions, and I got proof, and it's really logical. This is such a simple way to operate that it's really not complex to answer questions and so on. Can a person move all rentals to a trust without taxes? I mean, basically, yes. I mean, you know what I mean? Once they're moved into a trust, then what? You can apply to have the property taxes removed. Yay. Fantastic. So that would, rentals to trust without tax, that would make the property taxes without pay, if I read your question right. And then the actual operating of the, money coming and going through the trust bank account for your, quote, rentals? Of course. No taxes, no reporting. Yes. For any business, including real estate. Yes. Is the removing mortgages and all that in the advanced courses? No, we don't get into that. It is currently right now, but we're going to turn it off. But we don't support that anymore because we can't get a payment gateway on our website if we tell you how easy it is to get out of paying the bankers. Because what? We're too successful. If you ever see these two words on any website ever, right? Credit or debt, they're one of the evil ones that don't help people, period. We cannot use the word credit or debt anywhere on our website. We have to be super careful with our wording, even at a school, okay? We're not doing these things for anyone. All these other websites, they say debt and credit, oh, we'll help you. What? We can't even give you the information, let alone help anyone. That's how successful we are. But is it in the advanced financial solutions right now? I think it is, actually, some of it. But we don't have like the debt savior, the accounting principles 101. That's not in there. And that's not on our website. It just takes an inordinate amount of help from our team to help people with their debt and so on. You know, we can help people with, we removed 19 out of 20 debts, you know, for $100,000 or something like that, and they can still be upset with us if they have one left. It's just, we are so successful. I as an individual or a person, I'm the only one really, I think, in the U.S. that can't get a payment gateway. I'm the only one that got memorialized that's still alive on Facebook in 2016 after I started this trust. I'm still alive. Mark Zuckerberg created a notarized death certificate of me, memorialized by Facebook. I had to get back in touch with him. I'm alive, so just go ahead and turn that sucker back on with a few other things using this debt stuff where I was, you know, putting $1 million notice of lien on his Facebook headquarters and so on. I went through that, and then poof, I was alive again. So, you know, if you're actually helping people with debt against the bankers, which I have posted proof I've done for over a decade, the difficulty of operating commerce is beyond imagination. Does this trust still work? Can I get a trust open at any bank? Yeah. Even with what I've done, would teach the earth, everyone on earth, how to get out of debt. Still, I have a trust at any bank I want to. You follow me? So I decided to focus on getting this trust the way you can do with a trust, okay? So does one receive a property tax or does the trust? Yeah, the trust does, if you put it in the name of the trust. And you have to go through the application process to get exempted by the county after the real estate is owned by the trust, right? First, the real estate would go to the trust, then you apply to the county to have the exemption, since it only happens after it goes in the trust. That's when the property is owned by the trust. Very simple. We have videos in public on that. Go watch them, Awaken, okay? Where do you go? You go to the taxable office. That's who has the process of exemption, Awaken. You get in touch with your county. Hey, I'm a volunteer for my church, and I came down because I volunteered to get the process, the paperwork, for getting our property tax removed at the church. Can I have that process, please? I gotta bring it to my church. Can I have it, please? See, you're not talking about the property. You're not talking like you know anything, and you said church, so it's like they have to give it to you. You watch your words. I teach every lick of this too. Yeah, no problem, Awaken. This is just information you don't have yet. Business people ask a lot of, I'm gonna ask the tough questions, good. And then you're like, 10 minutes later, it's like, wait a second. This is real? Yeah. It's so easy. There's nothing to it. You operate the trust and then, you just do it. If you want, exemption, you apply to the organization to get the exemption. That's it. But the IRS, you don't. You follow me? It's instant. When you get that EIN, no more reporting, no more taxes. The rest of the organizations, they have an application process, right? A state for sales tax, the county for property tax, and so on and so on. We teach this stuff, okay? All right, great questions every week. Every week's come on here. Everybody got the great questions. Like, stump me. I mean, week after week after week after week. I don't delete any comments. I put every question up there, and I answer every question with the right answer, and no problem. There's never a problem. Week after week after week after week, and I hope you're noticing that. You see, there's never a problem. There are people that come on, like, say 2 months ago, they're like, I got my trust open. Yeah, there's no problems. There's nothing to concern yourself about, okay? Kara. John, my buddy, brought up to look into lawful money. I think these people try to make the trust too complicated. Yeah, it's super easy. Lawful money, yeah, whatever, you know? Money is, whoever's taking money to pay for stuff, that's what's lawful. That's the only kind of money that matters. That's what we're getting with income we trust notes. Well, that's what they take at Walmart. So, lawful money. Yeah, no. Don't waste your time. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You know what? I'm happy to. I'm always happy to get, when someone who's been doing this work for a while takes the time to get my time, and then we go over a few things, because they've got a few things on their mind for a long time, and they write them down. They've been thinking about it, and I do this every day, with everyone. Like, I'm the expert in it, so I initiated everything. So I've already gotten over all those mental hurdles. So, by the time I get someone, more experienced in it, they got some, real deep, good questions, but we untangle that ball of yarn, and then poof, they're off. You see, they're like, whoa, I was this far, and then it's that easy, and that, I don't usually hear from them for a little while. Sometimes, recently I had one who was like 3 in a row for like 3 months, and he did so much in those 3 months. Oh my goodness, it was so fun to do some one-on-one work like with someone like that. It was so wonderful. It was just, man, you could go far. But yes, it was great to talk. Greatly appreciate you. Thank you. Well, I greatly appreciate, I'm not doing this for myself. I did it, yay, had success, and I had my success, the people that work here at the school and all, as success is when you're successful. That's what, the joy that we experience. Oh my God, the IRS, right? Gone, poof, and all these other things. You're gonna give me $234 a month for EBT to not pay you taxes? What? What? Thank you. You mean I don't have to pay student loans ever again? And my credit's perfect? What? And on 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 and on. You see what I'm saying? That's what this level of happiness that we experience, we want for everyone else. So to hear back from you, boo, yes. Great chat. Okay. Anyone else? We're out of here then, all right? Watch it. If you missed some upfront stuff, go watch this video. It's going to go up on YouTube now.